All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, whom rule well, teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations. Hopefully, they got there pushing this word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to hopefully the believers and listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scripture through faith in Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. And what I want to get into this morning, pretty much laying back and off a lesson, done by Elder Zahab, all right, brother down here in the Mississippi camp. And he was going to understanding our craft, within this truth. And brother was making some heavy points, because Yahweh Shah, when you go into the book of Revelation, he was addressing, certain things that was going on in the church, okay? Certain situation that was going on, and Yahweh Shah was addressing, all right, those situations. He would commend the churches for the things that they was doing good, all right, and he would rebuke them, for things that they was off on, man, So every now and again, we all need a shake up, and a reset, especially dealing, with the men. All right. Now, when you go to Revelation 2 and 2, all right, this is Yahweh Shah speaking, and this is speaking to the church of Ephesus, all right, which I believe that's a church, Timothy, was the elder at, was in Ephesus, but just going into it, all right, in this Revelation 2 and 1, it says, I know thou, not 2 and 2, it says, I know thy works and thy labor and thy patience, and how thou canst bear them, okay, which are evil, and thou hast tried them which say they are apostles and are not, all right, and has found them liars, and has borne and has patience for my name's sake, has labored and has not fainted, okay? So he's commending them, on the things that they were doing well, They were fighting for the ministry, being patient, Then verse 4 said, nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love, And it's easy to do that, man, because you could be doing something so long and you can kind of go through the motions with it, certain jobs you have, you've been there for so long, you really know how to put, a lot of effort into it, all right, because you've been there for so long, you know the ropes, you know that job in and out, okay, and it make you complacent, all right, you still can be doing, you still can be productive, somewhat productive, but complacent. So Yahweh Shai is telling them, look, y'all forgot the first love, and that first love is that zeal that we had when we first woke up to this truth. We had that zeal, like we was consumed with it. Okay, this was our life. We was researching everything, looking at different documents, and looking at words and reading and taking notes. Okay, because this was our first love. We fell in love with the truth, man. Just like a woman, when you first meet, okay, you have this period to where what they say courting, okay, and you're going all out your way to do what? To impress, you're always planning on what you can do next, and that's how it should be in this truth, okay. Like, we should be working as if we're trying to impress Yahweh Shai, always planning what we can do next, what we can do better, okay. That should be the mindset that we should have, man, speaking to the men, okay, because as we've been given, okay, the Holy Spirit of understanding, Yahweh Shai shed that blood, he made an investment, man, and it's, one thing in the truth, we learn who we are, but we still in Babylon, life is still happening, and it's easy to get distracted and pulled into life, You know, because life will have you in all these different directions, man. You know, all over the place. You know, so life can have us to where, you know, we're not really into our first love, this truth, man, this wisdom, and it can become a side piece, man. You know, your life will be the main thing, and the truth will be the side piece, but it has to be the opposite. Okay, it has to be the complete opposite, man. You know, well, the truth is our main thing, and our life is pretty much our side piece, man. You know, it's meant. This is how we got to move. Okay, because this life will consume you, and then it's just all vanity. You know, it's one of the things, you know, when I was in my old job, one of the things that, you know, the spirit was on me to leave because it started consuming me. Then I started thinking like, man, this shit temporary, man. I'm putting this, I'm utilizing way too much energy, and I'm thinking about this shit way too much. Okay, and it's something temporal, man. This shit gonna be destroyed, you know. And I had to recalibrate in the spirit, you know, the Wadi How Bashim Al Shai, you know, for making the way, you know. But in general, that's how it can happen, man. Life, you know, will pull you away, you know, from this being not everything, man. And like the brother El Zahar was going into, because when you understand your craft, okay, understanding our craft, man, you really gotta get into this thing, man. Like, this gotta be our life, you know. We have to be consumed with this thing, man. All right, always learning, always looking into things, man. You know, studying, you know, sharpening up our skills, man. You know, whenever you're reading, it's like you're in the gym. Whenever you watching videos, it's like you're in the gym. Whenever you're researching, going to history, it's like you're in the gym. You know, and we want to be great at this thing, man. According to our ability, every brother got a different portion, man. But according to each brother's ability, you know, we should be tapping into, all right, the full potential of the spirit. But we had to fall in love with this thing, man. You know, we really had to fall in love, you know, with this truth, man. You know? Because that's why even Apostle Paul was like, look, you that had wives, be as though you had none. And what does he mean by that? Because he also said, you know, that, you know, those that were married, that they had to give due benevolence. Okay? So one thing about, you read the scriptures, you can read two scriptures, and it's like it's two different extremes, two different, you know, spectrums, two different ends of the spectrums where you got to find the balance between the both, okay? Because, you know, your family, you know, your woman, you know, of course you got to, you know, deal, you know, because, you know, these women have to be developed as well, okay? But then we can't get too consumed in the American way, you know? Because the American way taught, all right, men to pretty much put everybody first and put themselves last, man. Okay? But that's ass backwards. Okay? The family should put the man first, because the reason why in the times to come, you know, women, all right, are going to be protected by men of the Lord. It's going to be based off the relationship that man has built during this grace period. You see, we have to start thinking different as men, you know, because we, you know, this society teaches you to go all out, you know, flowers, wine and dine all the goddamn time, okay? Then you're a good husband, you know, putting her first, and, you know, going all out your way and all this shit, which, you know, you deal with your woman according, you know, how you want, okay? But we have to put things in perspective and understand that our first priority is our relationship with Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. We belong to Yahweh Shai. We don't belong to the woman. All right? And this society will teach you otherwise, man, especially in the West, and especially amongst, you know, nigga culture. Okay, black culture, man. You know? But nah, as a man, our number one focus is our relationship with Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. And that's where favor comes in. Okay? Like Noah, he had a family, all right? But guess what? Noah had to build the ark. Then it said he was a preacher of righteousness, man. So Noah had to preach and build the ark, and he still had a family. So he still probably had lands he had to tend to. It don't go into Noah's status in society. Okay, but he had to hold all those things down. But he know one thing: he had to build that ark. He had to labor. And it was plenty, and he was a preacher of righteousness, so it was plenty of things that he probably missed out on. Okay? He had over 100-year ministry, man. So it was plenty of things that he missed out on. Society, when Noah was building the ark, society was happening. Okay? He probably had, little bars, live music, and life was happening, man. Okay? You probably had, your feast and, your different things going on, your marketplaces. This ain't nothing new that we see. You go to your downtown, New Orleans, or you go to your certain downtown. Like, this ain't nothing new. These things been happening, man. Okay? But Noah, all right, he put, all right, the priority. He prioritized building that ark, man. He prioritized being in the spirit. Okay? And then he got the payoff when the time of the chaos. So we got to prioritize just like Noah, and it's gonna work out in chaos, man. You think though, his wife, the woman, his wife probably felt some type of way, felt neglected, and shit. But when the flood came, all right, and her round-head ass was on the boat, you think she feels some type of way then? And we gotta think like immortal. The scriptures say these are they that have put off the mortal and put on the immortal. Okay? Because we're gonna put off these mortal bodies and put on immortal bodies. But before then, our mind has to start thinking immortal. I don't get caught up in this time and events and things that I miss in this time, because we coming into eternity. Okay? You think your woman, if she's on that chariot because of you, that she's gonna be thinking about the times you didn't spend with her, this time you didn't take her this place and this shit? Nah, man. Okay? Teeth gonna be hanging all out her mouth in that new body on that chariot, man. Okay? And it's gonna be based on the relationship, that we have with our power as men. Okay? And as a man, it's all on us, man, because you look at society, they'll say, equality and independent and all this, but guess what? If the lights get cut off, okay, who is society gonna blame in that house, man? Okay? If the cars start getting repossessed and cars stop running, who's gonna get blamed in that household, man? Okay? So as men, we have to move with a mindset of doing what gotta be done. The woman not gonna always understand what has to be done. Okay? And we just gotta do what gotta be done. And that's another thing, like this society teaches men that they gotta get signed off on certain things by their woman. Nah, man, you gotta do what gotta be done. You let her know, because family is a business. So you'll let the woman know particular things. Okay, but it's certain things you don't need the woman to sign off on. You just gotta do what gotta be done. Okay? The man has a mindset to look at the bigger picture, man. The woman not built like that. Okay? And that's why, you see society and even certain men, okay, they so miserable, because they're grown men, but they have to live like children under the woman. They have to live like goddamn children, man, and that shit become miserable, man. But nah, man, we can't move like that, man. Nah, we gotta be men. It ain't no hoorah beating your chest. It's more so a responsibility and understanding what has to be done, understanding what the play is, man. And we understand because the Lord dealing with us. All right. And the woman, That's why the woman needs a head. Okay? Something she can follow. Okay, because you go into when Adam, before, Adam had to receive that breath, and then he had the understanding of what needs to be done in righteousness, man. Okay? When did Adam fall off? Listening to Eve. Okay? Listen to Eve. You see? And then the reason why, okay, Adam, we feel so hard because Adam was the one that was given the breath and knew what to do. Okay, it was in him and he was supposed to keep her in check. Okay? But when he stopped doing that and Eve, manipulated her way to become the head, you have what we have today, to fall. Okay? And Solomon, man, King Solomon, he fell. And that's why when he came back as Yahushua, he stood on business, man. He wasn't even, he like, the hell with the goddamn woman, man. Because sometimes just gotta be like that, man. You gotta block that shit out and do what gotta be done. Because see, this society, man, the woman, especially the American woman, in this society, man, the product of America and Westernization and nigger culture, they have so much bullshit going on, we can't get sucked into that shit, Of course, you gotta say, you gotta deal, because these women, they have to be developed too, so of course, we gotta deal, all right? But we gotta deal with perspective, man. And sometimes, hey, you gotta cut all this shit out, and we gotta be isolated, man. We gotta be isolated as men and do what gotta be done. Prioritize our relationship with Yahweh Shema Shai, and prioritize on our own self-development. That's another thing, Our self-development should be, as a man, we gotta emphasize on our own self-development, man. All right. And guess what? Everybody benefits off our self-development. The whole family, the whole house benefit off us as men, self-developing in Yahweh Shema Shai. Because like I say, this society teaches men to neglect, okay, their maintenance, their personal development, to cater to the goddamn woman, man, or to cater to the family. But nah, man, our first love is Yahweh Shema Shai, man. As men, all right, that's our first priority. Everything else, is a far second. Okay, and every brother has their proper gift, and then, also put things in perspective. A woman that's tapped into a purpose is a beautiful thing, and it's extremely helpful when a woman is tapped into a purpose, because now because you gotta think like the Most High through Yahushua created everything, and He created everything with a purpose, and He created everything through wisdom. That's why when a woman is tapped into a purpose, she excels so much, because now she's moving in the wisdom that's programmed within her. She has the skill set within her to fulfill her purpose, And if you observe a woman that's in her purpose, you're observing the wisdom of Yahweh Shema Shai at work, And that's why they can do certain things, and it's like, damn, you be wild, okay? Just like as men. When you're seeing a man operating in his purpose, an Israelite man operating in the purpose of Yahweh Shema Shai, you're watching the wisdom of the Lord at work, because it's that wisdom, all right, to fulfill our purpose is already in us, man. Okay? So being, as a man, we have to make sure that we remain in our purpose, man. Okay? And you still, because of course, you kick it with your woman, your family, you have outings. It's good to do those things, man. Okay? We can't be consumed in them and be off balance. Like this world, taught us to be off balance, man. Okay, when it came to that. All right, we gotta tap into our first love. Like we gotta get into our craft, and it's gonna be some days where we so occupied, the woman gonna have to play she gonna have to play the back, because it's so much going on. Certain brothers have different lots. It's all studying this and researching this and looking this up and paying attention to this, and paying attention to that. And then you have your certain responsibilities within the church, man. you know. It's a labor of love. And then at the end of the day, we still have, everyone's best interest in mind. We're not just, because this society, if you don't put the woman first, they look at you as toxic masculinity or you asshole. Nah, man. Okay? That's bad for her. If I put her first, that's bad for me and her. Okay? That is bad for both of us, man. Okay? But putting Yahweh Shema Shah first, as an Israelite man, as a brother, and then and putting emphasis on ourselves, that benefits everybody, man. Okay? And we have to understand that. All right? So we're tapping back into, our first love. So that's why you get Revelation 2:5. It says, remember therefore from whence thou art fallen, and repent and do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly and will remove thy candlestick out of his place, except thou repent. Yeah. So we have to remember sometimes, we have to reflect and be like, I ain't got that fervent zeal like I had. Am I going through the motions? Am I too goddamn caught up in some worldly shit? Okay? You have to nah, I'm tripping. And we have to understand that, dealing, brothers that got women, they always gonna have some bullshit that they care about in the world. It's gonna be a big deal to them. All right? Which that's cool, but a lot of things that's a big deal and that they gotta care about, we can't care about that shit, man. You mean, ain't being mean, it's just understanding what gotta be done. Okay? You can't get caught up in the shit that a woman can have going on, man. Okay? Cause that shit get chaotic. All right? We deal how we can deal, if we can, be of aid in the situation, of course, but the main thing, man, because we receive that spirit, and that spirit is like a pure influence. So as men, we have to tap into our purpose and be a pure influence on our family, if it's meant for them, to be delivered. All right? That we have to be that pure influence in the household, man. With how we move, man. We set the standard. Men set the tone. Okay? So we come to a time to where it's gonna all be about our relationship with Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay? And a lot of men, in this society, their woman is their head. So when all hell break loose, she's gonna have to be the defender, okay, of the house. Okay? And you know how the woman do when everybody want to be in charge when when things are going smooth and when things are prospering. Everybody want to be in charge then. Okay? Everybody want to be the face. Okay? Everybody want to be the face of the project when things are going great. Okay? But when shit start happening, you gonna see these women they gonna fade out the way. Okay, they gonna fade their ass back, man. Okay, cause they don't want to deal with that. They ain't built to deal with that pressure, man. Okay, and the only thing about this society, because we live in a society, and a lot of men look at their woman, and have them on the pedestal and look at them as being great. Okay, because this society has given women a false sense of of achievement, because a woman can make terrible decisions and still be in a good case, because this society has so many safety nets for women. So women can make terrible decisions and still be in a good case. As men, we can't do that. Shit, we can't do that. All right, we gotta be extraordinary, man, just to be in the average position. You know, the scales are different. All right, and when we have to understand these things, man. Okay, the woman, you know, in this society has just been extremely overrated, man. Okay, extremely overrated. All right, and we have to understand these things and have to look at these things, all right, through their perspective, man. Okay, but a woman value, all right, our value comes from what, man? Being tapped into our purpose, man. Okay, outside of it, there ain't no value, man. Okay, so yeah, man, we at this time, all right, well, we have to really be fervent and tapped in, and we have our elders and apostles for examples, man. Men on fire, okay, absolutely on fire for this truth, man. All right, and you we know without a doubt what they about, okay, and we follow suit. So Lord will, you know, this was edifying. Just wanted to, you know, land back on the elders of lesson he did this morning. All right, and Lord will, you know, you brothers, you know, and you sisters was edified. Till next time I say Shalom, Kwam Yashala, or Bob, DTA soon, Shalom.